Islam, 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 Moorish America. Once again, I want to rise and give all praise to the great God, Allah, Father God, Allah, and honors to His holy prophet, honors to our holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, El Hajj Sharif Abdul Ali, that is. We give honors to our Moorish kin once again, here, there, and everywhere, and therefore honors to all of you who are honoring yourselves by being yourselves. Give honors to our Grand National Seal, Grand National Emblem, national flag, divine constitution, and bylaws of the Moorish American government. And I, again, come as a brother, and a man of no reputation. I just come forth to hopefully bring forth a demonstration that will make our people come into a state of the union or uniting. Today's portion, Moors, will be dealing with why is there a necessity for government and self-determination. Because for one, it is within ourselves that we shall determine that we be a nation. No one has the power to free you, liberate you, nor elevate you unless you give one that is special power. Now, here at this special level, we demonstrate that there's a difference between a Muslim from an Orthodox perspective and a Muslim. Whereas a Muslim is one who submits to the will of the great God Allah. There's nothing wrong with that. We all come forth in submission. We submit it within the womb. However, when you get to this special level that we're demonstrating here from the ancient Comedian perspectives, where we demonstrate the ancient Comedian science, in basically deific will, we find that the Muslim is one who is the will of the great God Allah, the will of the all wonderful one. And we come forth with a constitutional nature to demonstrate self-determination. It is our nature to be free. It is our nature to be one with God. So once we come into this special drawing, then all is well. All there is left then is to do the work. However, when you deal with government and why there's a need for government, well, one, let's go back to the words of our holy prophet. He stated that he was going to leave the European here long enough to teach you Moors, us Moors, how to run a government. Now, had he not intended that we demonstrate along the lines of government, then why would it be a necessity that he leave the European here long enough to teach us how to run a government? Also, our beloved brother Marcus Mosai Garvey L., he himself spoke on how we would go from organization to eventually, to paraphrase, we would become government. Our beloved brother Elijah Poole Bey, aka Elijah Muhammad, also stated basically that there would be a new government established and that Allah himself would be the ruler. This special new world would have to have a new teacher. And if he was that teacher, then why would he be speaking of a teacher to come, after the measure that he was demonstrating? He was speaking of the future. But nevertheless, all of these men spoke of government. However, we ourselves have failed to heed the measure. The UNIA and those who call themselves RBG, the red, black, and green family, they have failed to pursue government. The Moorish Science Temple of America has failed to pursue government. The Nation of Islam has failed to pursue government. And we wonder why we find ourselves in the condition that we find ourselves in. We wonder why there is no freedom, there is no justice, there is no equality, pardon self. There is no love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice being demonstrated and accepted. Again, self-determination determines that we ourselves determine that we will be a nation. Even our brother Marcus Mosai Garvey L. made the emphasis that he went throughout, many different places in the world. And he seen people with government, so it made him figure to himself, well, where's the government of the Negro? So I ask that same question today, in this era time. Where is the government of the so-called Negro, so-called black, and so-called colored people? Because many believe that they are subject to this jurisdiction because it was meant to be, quote unquote, and that basically you was just supposed to be a citizen, including the MST of AI brothers and sisters. All are sadly mistaken. And I don't say this to be rude or come forth on a level of conflict. I'm just speaking the truth. Self-determination is the order of the day. So I hope in due time we will be able to build and do for self. That being said, peace and love, Moorish Ken. Peace and love to all of my family. Shimo Tepu to you all.